For years, the UEFA Champions League anthem had been a distant echo for Arsenal faithful. But under Mikel Arteta, a renewed sense of purpose had swept through North London. The season promised a glorious return to Europe's elite competition, not merely as participants, but as genuine contenders. The squad, youthful yet formidable, had matured, displaying a tactical intelligence and unwavering spirit that rekindled dreams of past glories. High expectations, nurtured by Arteta's meticulous guidance, now rested squarely on their shoulders, ready to challenge the continent's best. Mikel Arteta wasn't just a coach, he was an architect. His vision transformed Arsenal from a team adrift to a meticulously structured unit, playing a dynamic, possession-based football that delighted supporters. His tactical innovations, coupled with an unwavering belief in his young squad, forged a formidable identity. Players spoke of his demanding standards, his attention to detail, and his ability to instill a winning mentality. The groundwork for a deep Champions League run was laid through months of consistent domestic performance and a clear, compelling philosophy. Before the European spotlight intensified, Arsenal had established themselves as genuine title contenders in the Premier League. Their form was undeniable, marked by resilient performances and a clinical edge. Each domestic victory fueled belief, creating a momentum that felt unstoppable. They navigated tough fixtures, showcasing their depth and character, proving their readiness for the highest levels of competition. This domestic success was not just about points, it was about building confidence, honing their system, and sending a clear message to rivals, both at home and across Europe. Arsenal's return to the Champions League group stage was a triumphant march. They topped their group with authority, showcasing their tactical versatility and attacking prowess. Dominant displays against European regulars reaffirmed their status, dispelling any doubts about their ability to compete at this level. The home fixtures, in particular, were electric, creating an intimidating atmosphere that propelled the team. As the Champions League knockout draw unfolded, a collective sigh of optimism swept through Arsenal's fanbase. Their opponent in the round of 16 was challenging but deemed manageable, and with potential pathways looking clearer, a semi-final berth seemed genuinely within reach. The team's confidence was soaring, the tactical plan was robust, and key players were hitting peak form. This was Arsenal's moment, a golden opportunity to etch a new chapter in their European history, propelled by a momentum that felt almost predestined. With the knockout stages looming, Arsenal's preparations were meticulous. Training ground intensity was high, and a focused determination radiated from the squad. They navigated their domestic schedule with minimal distractions, managing player fitness and rotation expertly. The team truly felt like a cohesive unit, all pulling in the same direction, eyeing the ultimate prize. This period was characterized by quiet confidence, a belief that their meticulous planning and Arteta's leadership would see them through. The stage was set, the anticipation palpable. Just as Arsenal approached their crucial Champions League quarter-final, a subtle but insidious distraction began to emerge. Reports, initially dismissed as mere speculation, started linking Mikel Arteta with the vacant managerial position at Paris Saint-Germain. PSG, a club known for its ambition and frequent managerial changes, was rumored to be looking for a new direction, and Arteta's name, fresh from his success with Arsenal, was suddenly at the forefront of their list. What seemed like distant chatter quickly amplified, threatening to puncture Arsenal's carefully cultivated bubble of focus. The initial whispers rapidly escalated into a full-blown media firestorm. Every sports channel, newspaper, and online forum became a hub of speculation. Journalists reported sources close to the club and agents' discussions, painting a picture of serious interest from Paris. The narrative shifted from Arsenal's Champions League pursuit to Arteta's potential departure, dominating headlines and daily discussions. This relentless barrage of rumors was impossible to ignore, infiltrating the training ground, the locker room, and the minds of players and staff alike, creating an undeniable undercurrent of unease. In the face of the growing media frenzy, Arteta's public statements were carefully measured, yet arguably added to the ambiguity. While he reaffirmed his commitment to Arsenal, he never issued an emphatic, unequivocal denial that would completely quash the rumors. This diplomatic approach, perhaps to maintain professional courtesy or avoid burning bridges, inadvertently kept the story alive. The lack of absolute certainty from the man at the helm inevitably sowed seeds of doubt, not just among the fans, but potentially within the dressing room, disrupting the serene focus vital for elite competition. The human element of football is often underestimated. For players, their manager is a guiding figure, a constant presence. When that presence is linked with a move, it inevitably creates a ripple effect. Questions, unspoken or whispered, would have arisen. Is he staying? Will this affect our long-term plans? This subtle destabilization, though not overt, can chip away at the collective focus. The emotional energy expended on these external narratives detracts from the singular purpose required to conquer Europe's best, potentially leading to a fractional, yet critical, drop in performance and concentration. As the Champions League quarter-final approached, Arsenal's previously unshakable domestic form began to show cracks. A couple of uncharacteristic results, a draw against a lower-table team, followed by a narrow loss, hinted at a team grappling with more than just tactical challenges. The usual fluidity seemed constrained, decisions on the pitch less incisive. While these results could be attributed to fatigue or bad luck, many observers began to link the dip directly to the ongoing managerial speculation. The psychological burden was manifesting, subtly but surely, on the field. The pressure mounted relentlessly. Fans, initially excited for the European challenge, now voiced concerns on social media and radio phone-ins. The media amplified every misstep, questioning Arteta's focus and the team's resilience. This external anxiety inevitably permeated the club. A once confident stride transformed into a cautious step, burdened by the weight of expectation and the noise of uncertainty. The crucial Champions League quarter-final became not just a football match, but a litmus test for the team's mental fortitude amidst the swirling storm of rumors. The first leg of the Champions League quarter-final arrived, an opportunity to silence the noise. Yet, Arsenal's performance was uncharacteristically subdued. A nervy display, lacking the usual intensity and precision, resulted in a narrow defeat. While not insurmountable, the goal conceded felt preventable, a symptom of lapsed concentration rather than superior opposition. The fluency that defined their earlier season was absent, replaced by a tentative approach that reflected the lingering psychological toll. It was a performance that left fans with a sense of unease, knowing the stakes for the return leg had just dramatically increased. The second leg was meant to be Arsenal's redemption, a roar back into contention. Instead, it became the cruel culmination of the season's external pressures. A series of unforced errors, defensive lapses born of momentary lapses in focus, gifted their opponents crucial opportunities. The team struggled to regain its composure, and despite moments of individual brilliance, the collective cohesion that had been their hallmark seemed fractured. The final whistle brought not just defeat, but an agonizing sense of what might have been, confirming their exit from the Champions League. In the somber aftermath, the disappointment was palpable. The grand ambition of European glory had evaporated, leaving behind a bitter taste. Analysis inevitably returned to the weeks leading up to the quarter-final, the persistent rumors, and the undeniable shift in the team's mental state. While no one could definitively point to a single cause, the correlation between the PSG speculation and Arsenal's dip in form felt too strong to ignore. It was a stark reminder of how external factors can subtly, yet powerfully, undermine the most meticulously laid plans in elite sports. Post-elimination, Mikel Arteta faced the media with dignity, acknowledging the disappointment but deflecting direct blame related to the rumors. He spoke of lessons learned, of the need for greater resilience, and of his unwavering commitment to Arsenal. Yet, behind the composed exterior, one could sense the toll. The emotional burden of leading a team through such a period of external noise, while trying to maintain internal focus, is immense. It was a test of leadership, one where the manager, despite his best efforts, could not fully shield his team from the insidious psychological warfare orchestrated from afar. PSG, through their perceived interest in Arteta, had inadvertently played a crucial role in Arsenal's Champions League downfall. Not by direct competition on the pitch, but by creating a powerful, unsettling narrative off it. Their search for a new manager, and the subsequent links to Arsenal's architect, acted as a destabilizing force at the most delicate juncture of Arsenal's season. This wasn't a tactical masterclass from Paris, but an unwitting psychological assault that subtly eroded the Gunners' focus, costing them their European dream. A true example of how football is influenced beyond the 90 minutes. For Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, the ending to their Champions League campaign was undeniably cruel. To fall short, not necessarily due to being outplayed, but due to the collateral damage of external rumors, felt like an injustice. The meticulous planning, the years of rebuilding, the blossoming talent, all seemingly undone by a managerial merry-go-round in another European capital. It serves as a poignant reminder that in the high-stakes world of modern football, success is fragile, and dreams can be shattered not just by a missed penalty or a dubious call, but by the unseen forces of market speculation. Despite the heartbreak, there are invaluable lessons to be drawn. This experience will undoubtedly forge a stronger, more resilient Arsenal. Arteta himself will have learned how to better manage such external pressures, perhaps demanding more unequivocal public support from the club's hierarchy, or crafting a more robust media strategy. For the young squad, it's a harsh but formative lesson in maintaining focus amidst chaos. True champions are defined not just by their victories, but by how they rebound from their most painful defeats, armed with newfound wisdom and an unyielding resolve. The Champions League dream of that season may have ended cruelly, but the underlying ambition and talent at Arsenal remain undiminished. Mikel Arteta, now more experienced and perhaps even more determined, will lead his team into future campaigns, armed with the painful wisdom gained. The scars of this exit will serve as powerful motivators, fueling a renewed hunger for glory. The story of how PSG's distant actions inadvertently derailed their European quest will become a part of Arsenal's narrative, a reminder of the unique challenges in elite football, and a catalyst for a stronger, more focused pursuit of greatness.